Social change has had a major influence on divorce. Many factors affect the divorce rate, including financial issues, communication problems, goal differences, and lifestyle changes. These differences can be seen from generation to generation.
Depends on each individual couple as to whether they want to get a divorce or not. For me, I don't mind if you're divorced, and I don't mind if you're not divorced.
At times, divorce may be necessary, but I'd like to think that people think more thoroughly and deeply before they marry in the first place.
I think divorce is kind of like a good thing for couples who just like aren't working well together anymore, and if their lives are kind of going in different directions. I think that there are so much more to life than being in a marriage. Like there's like careers, and there's like your children, and there's just like so many your hobbies. So yeah, I definitely think it's a good thing for people who just don't work well anymore. People change, and their relationship changes as a result.
That depends on how the parents handle the divorce situation. If they use the kids as leverage, or if they bad talk each other, like your mother is this or your father is that, then it's going to tear families apart. If the adults can remain adult, I think it helps the family.
It depends a great deal on the reason, I think, for the divorce, as well as how the divorce itself is handled by the adults involved.
I think that it kind of depends on like whether or not there are children involved in a marriage and what age those children are when talking about if divorce tears families apart or is better for everyone, because if they're older, I think they can kind of handle it, or if there are no kids, it's kind of easier for everyone.
I think if it affects every individual differently, I don't think it matters whether you're a son or a daughter. And I think it also is affected by how the parents handle thing, and maybe which parent left. Traditionally, back when I was growing up, the father left, but nowadays there are times when the mother will leave. So I think it's all on how it's handled, and I think it just affects everybody individually differently.
So, for instance, in my experience, I could see where your mother was affected, but I didn't really notice the same emotional um, experiences with your Uncle Reed. So,
I'd say it kind of is kind of affecting in different ways. Like sometimes girls may be a little bit more emotional, or guys just may become a little bit more withdrawn and like not talk about their feelings as much.
I think it depends on the couples involved. Some people who have never had to struggle through anything may just quit and give up really easily, and others may really try and work through things. So
for some people, it can be. You will always have those people who would prefer the easy way out. They don't want to really examine why their relationship is not working.
I do not necessarily think divorce is like the easy way out. Like it might be easier than continuing a marriage, but I don't think that. I mean, obviously, I think people should work through their issues, but if it obviously isn't working out for people and people are consistently unhappy, it's just not like an ideal situation for anyone involved.
In conclusion, divorce affects each individual differently based on their own situation and circumstances. There are a number of reasons why couples may decide to separate through a divorce. Each generation holds different opinions based off their personal experiences as well as from their generation's influences.